And
All right.
okay, got it. Okay,
Uh,
yay.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm
I
so
just smiled and I thought I had something black on my teeth, but it's on my screen.
like you're picking at your face. You're like, there's a pimple, and it's not.
Well, it's so nice to be with you today, Crystal.
It's nice to have you on.
Don't forget to comment if you're watching with us, the playback. Obviously, this is a recording, so it is a playback, but hopefully you can watch with us at 6 o'clock and just comment, let us know that you are watching. We're going to go over some really awesome stuff.
I do want to stress the importance of number one, what Jade said. Make sure you're watching these meetings. I know it's pre-recorded, but even when we transition back into live meetings, when we go into July, either be on live, be respectful of your time, or watch the playback. This is us setting aside time to train you all, and it's really to enrich your business. So make sure you're setting aside that time. With that being said, we are going to continue pre-recording these meetings through June. Starting in July, we will go back to us being live. If anything changes with that, we will let you guys know. As far as announcements go, guess what? We are in a brand new quarter, you guys. What? So what does that mean? Go ahead.
Well, I was just thinking, since you mentioned July, that we should announce the beauty bingo date, because July, we're going to kick off. I mean, it's technically a brand new year, right? July is like getting started, brand new goals, brand new everything. We should talk about goal setting. We can talk about that later. But July 7th, 7/7, lucky 7/7, we are going to do beauty bingo. So what is that? That's plenty of time from now until then to get your guests. I know sometimes we sound like a broken record talking about this, but the original plan with beauty bingo is 10 guests at least on, and then we give away prizes. Crystal and I have been really sweet and nice with, okay, there's less people on, so we'll just do one prize, but the goal is 10 or more, and that we'll take personal responsibility as well. We know that sometimes you invite people and they flake, or sometimes you don't invite people because you're chicken, but invite people. It's time. You played beauty bingo. It's fun, free, fast, awesome. There's prizes, and it's a brand new year. Start this brand new year with the intention to take full advantage of all things available to you. That being said, the biggest reason why we are postponing our beauty bingo is because our national has events for us, and they are on Thursdays as well. And we want you to focus on taking full advantage of our national. So Thursday night, that's tonight, she's having an event. We'll go over what that means to invite people and getting people there. But July 7th, 7/7, beauty bingo. Say it loud, say it proud, get people on.
Yeah, and that will be at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to update the flyer, and I'm sure I will bump it a couple times in my unit. Again, like Jade said, post it in your VIP pages now, and continue like once a week to bump it. Reach out to people privately. I've noticed I get better response that way than just posting it on your VIP page and hoping that someone responds to it. So privately message people. The people that I've had on as guests before will send them a text message just saying, hey, beautiful, are you available for beauty bingo on this date and time? And I send them the flyer. And they'll either tell me yes or no.
And so posting online or posting on social media in your VIP page is more like a layering thing. When you do your private text, hey, I'm sure you saw it on my page, or in case you missed it, kind of thing. And that personal touch is huge. And I do like to tell them, I can't wait for you to win some prizes. Will you be on at this time? I like to get that yes. Although sometimes that opens up for you a no. Sometimes it's better to just assume it. Can't wait to see it Thursday night at this time. How many guests, or not guests, but like I like to have them invite people as well, because sometimes it works out in our favor to where they just happen to have people around, or they happen to have a girlfriend, and sometimes I'll entice them too. Like, if you have a couple girlfriends on, I'm going to have an extra gift for you personally, just for sharing the love.
And something that I've noticed that really works too is setting a goal. So I always set a goal of having at least 5 guests. And so I actually put that in my text message. Hey, I need 5 guests for beauty bingo on this day. Can I count you in as one of my guests? So when you put a goal with it, people are more inclined to be like, oh, you need 5 guests. Yeah, girl, count me in. I want to help you out.
Let's let that lead into what we were talking about before you hit record, as far as it's not too late to get guests on for Crystal's event tonight.
Yes. So if you're watching this at 6 o'clock, Crystal's virtual spa night is 5:30 today. So it'll be a little too late at that point to get guests on. But I think this is so important, you guys. There's a huge event happening next Thursday, the 23rd. It's a marketing event and it's at 5:30 as well. And I think it's so important. Number one, guys, be considerate when we do these sorts of events. And I hate to sound like a broken record as well. It's our time that we're taking away from our personal businesses to help you all so that it's growing your business. So when you don't have guests on, it's kind of a slap in the face. I'm going to be honest. So make sure you're respecting that time and get guests. Now, if you're like, I've reached out to all my contacts, no one's responding. You guys, people get busy. Trust me, they get busy. It's happened to me where I'm like, oh, shoot, I didn't respond to a text message, right? So pick up the phone and physically call people as well. Hey, Susie, I don't know if you saw my text message I sent you the other day. I've committed to 5 guests. I'm really hoping you can help me out. Can you be one of my guests for the event? Now, in respect to Crystal's event, I'm going to be real. I had reached out to a ton of people, didn't get any response back. So I made the decision, which it was Crystal who kind of made the suggestion to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so right. I have pre-made pampering kits. Okay. In this pampering kit is my business card. It's a miracle set. There's the microdermabrasion and it's a charcoal mask. Now you can keep it more simplified. I have pre-made videos. So I have one using just the miracle set and the charcoal mask. I have another one using the miracle set, the microdermabrasion, the charcoal mask. Okay. So I think pre-made videos are really, really important. Those of you that are in my unit, I've shared my videos. You guys can utilize my videos. I don't mind. Okay. But I literally went out yesterday. I had 10 of these in my purse because I had no guests for tonight's virtual spa night. And I passed out 5 yesterday. I'm planning on passing out another 5 today before the event. And literally all my verbiage was, because I had errands to do yesterday. So one, it was like a little dessert. It's called Dessert Bar in Chino Hills. And I went in because I've been wanting to put a facial box. I actually took a facial box in there yesterday. The girl was super sweet. And I said, oh my gosh, you were super nice. I have 30 of these pampering kits that I make a month. I'd like to give you one. I said, so you can pamper yourself. I go, what is your telephone number? I'm going to send you a YouTube link. There's an event happening tomorrow night, which is today at 5:30. You can either choose to watch live. If for some reason you can't, you have the link, you can watch the playback. She's like, oh my gosh, thank you. Another one, I went into the post office. The lady was super sweet. I complimented her on her nails and then she complimented me on my eyeshadow. And I was like, okay, green light. So I was like, you were super sweet. I want to gift you this pampering kit. There's an event happening tomorrow night where it'll show you how to use the samples. I didn't want others because there was a long line. I'm like, write your name and number down on my receipt. I'll text you the video link. And then she saw it. And she's like, oh my gosh, I love Mary Kay. I love their makeup. And I was like, awesome. So score.
So same boat. And this is why it's so important to stay connected with your mentors, is because they will guide you. Sometimes they'll kick you in the butt if you need it. Sometimes they'll just give you ideas you didn't have because you're stuck here and they've seen the bigger picture. But very similar conversation. I had invited a few people for tomorrow night, forgetting that, again, this is why we were scheduling beauty bingo, the different nights and all that. But I had some yeses ish, but I never got back to them. They kind of ghosted me. And so I was kind of in that bubble of, I've tried. And it was suggested, well, where are you going? Who will you see? Can you hand out pampering kits? And it's like, of course I can. Of course I can. I went and got my hair done yesterday. And my thought was like, well, I'm going to go to get my hair done. Who's there? And it's a beauty consultant. So we're not stepping on those toes who did my hair. But then I was like, okay, I'm going to the grocery store later. There's people at the grocery store. And so similar verbiage, but throwing in, depending where you are and what your situation is. Yeah, I bet you didn't go grocery shopping thinking you're going to get a pampering kit, right? And be able to pamper yourself. And it's just like, be friendly. Don't be a creep. Don't follow people around the store. There's the do's and the don'ts. I know you people get nervous. I get nervous even now. And it's like so fun and awesome and easy, but I still, it's all in your head, what's going on. So I gave out some pampering kits yesterday. Today I meant to another vet appointment, do it at the vet office, but that actually is not happening. So I will just figure out where I'm going next and take some pamper kits with me, because the event is tonight at 5:30. It's what? Crystal and I are recording at 11:30. So there's hours. A lot can happen in, 10 minutes, let alone a few hours. So it's not too late for next week's marketing event to get some guests on. Just share what you love. Just, hey, you know how much this business means to me, or how much this cosmetics and how much I believe in this brand, or, whatever your verbiage is, just love on the company and love on what's going to happen Thursday night. I'd love to have you join. Just learn a little bit more about what I do, or just I love you so much. I'd love to connect with you. My mentor is actually going to be the one talking about it, and she says it so much better than I do. Especially if you're a brand new consultant, you can say things like that. That's okay. So you have plenty of time. Lots of different scripts and verbiage you can use. We have scripts written out for you to use that we got directly from Crystal. So we always have something ready to go. But sometimes if you just want to be a little more organic, I have said that because I meant it before to people. Like, I want you to know what I do. And she says it best. Can you pop on, Thursday at this time? Simple, super easy.
Right. And the reason why we're bringing this up is, again, we have another event, which they haven't posted the scripts yet, have they, for next Thursday's event?
Maybe I'm mistaken in just doing tonight's scripts, but there will be scripts if they're not yet.
Okay. So after tonight, I'm sure we'll post about the event taking place next
Right.
Thursday, the 23rd, the marketing event. And again, invite everybody, you guys. I know when we say marketing, sometimes, and this goes into the training that I did last week, we freeze up and say, oh, well, no one's interested, and I don't want to come off as a salesperson, and all these things we tell ourselves. But you guys, at the end of the day, people are looking for opportunities like this for different reasons. Like, I have a customer I'm connecting with today. She, long story short, had a facial party with her. She used to be a beauty consultant many years ago, not with my unit. She contemplated at the facial party that she may want to resign. She decided to just do a princess bag. She gave me half up front. She still has not paid the other half. I guess she had an issue with her bank. And so I've been trying to connect with her. We're going to connect sometime today. I'm going to give her the option. Hey, host another party this month for me. Any of the sales that come from it are yours. You'll re-sign, and then whatever half you've given me just goes towards the products that you want. And then she becomes a beauty consultant again, right? So those sorts of things, you guys, you just don't know, like, who maybe needs more money or just wants a good discount. It doesn't. I have another customer I'm following up with tomorrow. She's been one of my best customers. She's the one that she purchased $600 from me in May, one sale, and she agreed to do a Facebook party with me. And I talked about the opportunity, and she reached out to me. She's like, I want to learn more about the opportunity. So we're connecting tomorrow. And I don't mind, we get in our heads like, oh, well, I lose that person as a customer, but that's okay, you guys, because they're wanting to join for a reason, and nothing says that they decide they don't want to do the opportunity, they can't go back to being your customer again. So don't get caught up in your head. Like, for next week, it's a marketing event. And sometimes even at the marketing event, when you get them on, even if they don't want to sign, they may reach out to you and say, hey, Susie, thanks for inviting me to the event. It was really educational. I actually am running low on some products. Can you contact me so I can reorder? So there's a lot of things that can happen.
I think that's just a really good point. It's just to love on people where they are. And part of that is sharing what can benefit them. If you're keeping this from people, it's kind of, I've always said it's rude. It's mean. Just imagine the next sale that you get, you're making 50%. They can too.
Yeah, exactly. So that kind of goes into, even if you haven't been taking part in the series that the Nationals have put together, which is every Monday, the Winner's Circle. I haven't posted yet the new voucher for consultants. Open it up, you guys. And even if you aren't participating per se, still go through the vouchers, because there's so many wonderful nuggets on there to help you with your businesses, as well as if you are feeling uninspired right now. I really feel like this can fuel that inspiration for you again. So that's really what me and Jade wanted to dive into tonight, is looking at the voucher, little nuggets that are on there, and really, again, setting aside the time to do it. So we already talked about next Thursday's event, June 23rd at 5:30 p.m. And it really talks about setting a goal, and goals are so.
I was just looking at it. You see me looking, I'm just looking at the stuff we're talking about.
So it's really important to set a goal. And that's where this voucher is amazing this week, because it's all about goals and breaking it down into bite-sized pieces, which is true. So make a commitment that you're going to be a part of the event next Thursday, and make a decision. I'm going to have X amount of guests on, even if it's just 5 guests on. Okay. It's all a numbers game. So I would suggest, if you want 5 guests on, get 10 to commit. Okay. Because half of them life happens, right? But really be intentional with setting those goals, executing it. What does that look like? Okay, I'm going to reach out to these individuals today. Here's my list of people I'm going to reach out to. Make little check marks. I've heard from this person. They told me no. This one I haven't heard from. Okay, how am I going to reach back out to them? Am I going to call them? Am I going to do a text and phone call? Like, it's really, again, breaking it down into bite-sized pieces.
And a really great way to do that is know what your schedule is. So on the voucher is create your weekly plan sheet for this week. Print it out, fill it out, take a picture, text it to your NSD. She encourages you to print out 7 copies so you have sheets for the week and then going into July. And if you click on the voucher, it's going to look like that. Oh, there we go. So it's just like you have a planner, right? One of my faults is I'm not always consistent. I'll put it in my phone calendar. Sometimes it doesn't make it to my planner. Sometimes it's in my planner. And then I need to have one spot or have it everywhere. And if you have a weekly plan sheet, that's a great guide to where you're putting your time, taking your goal and breaking it down into bite-sized pieces, right? If you know you want to invite this many people, to have this many guests, when are you doing that? When are you finding the people to invite? When are you actually inviting them? All of that goes into your weekly plan sheet. So you have a guide to guide you where you're spending your time, because it's very easy. We all live life. We know how easily we can be distracted. That's like the number one enemy of finishing goals is distractions. So if you are paying attention and you know you've planned it, you've mapped it out, this chunk of time I'm here, this chunk of time I'm here, I'm doing this here, then it makes it that much more simple to stay on task and get done what you want to get done.
Correct. And here's the difference between a planner. So me and Jade both have a planner. Okay. This is my planner. I love my planner. Okay. This is more, yay, we love our passion planner. Check into them if you need a good planner. I'm obsessed with them. But this really, like, this is a whole day. Okay. So this is where I write notes. This is where I keep track of like how many bookings I got for the day, how many sales I got for the day, how many faces I saw, all that sort of thing. And then this is where I write in my appointments, right? The weekly plan sheet is really, I think it's beneficial for multiple reasons, but one, you literally map out your life for the week. So I highly suggest color coding it. So what I mean by that is, if you work, mark off the time that you work, and maybe work is red. Okay. Then if you have to have family time because you got to cook dinner, you write that in, make that another color. Write in everything: church, working out, what time you wake up, when you will be ready by, what time you plan on going to bed, like all those little things. Then what'll happen is you'll see where you have pockets of time. That will be your Mary Kay time, possibly, or well, that should be, if you're working your business, you'll see where you have pockets of time. And then that Mary Kay time is where you write in, this is where I'm going to commit to do booking calls. Here are the time slots I'm going to offer for appointments. That's something too I really want to stress the importance of with appointments. If you don't know what your time slots are, then you're going to be hesitating when you do booking calls. And it can be the same time slots every single week. I have a consultant. So if you're watching, you'll know who I'm talking about. She's only able to, because she works a gazillion jobs right now, she can only offer Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. and Sundays 10 a.m. or 1 p.m. And that's all she offers. And that's okay. So really know your schedule. Something I've been more intentional with, because a huge goal this month is when I'm doing my booking calls, I'm literally calling them. And so when I'm doing booking calls, say, I'm going to say, okay, so I do have some time slots available for this Saturday, this Sunday, this Monday. I'm giving them specific days because I don't have appointments for those days, or I have very minimal and I want more appointments. So that's okay. You don't have to say the verbiage, would you prefer weekdays or weekends? you can literally open up your calendar and say, shoot, I don't have any appointments for Saturday. So guess what? That's what I'm going to offer. Now they may come back and say, oh, that's too short of notice. No problem. Then offer them the next availability. But I wanted to share that little tip.
I'm glad you did, because I'm very literal. And so I don't know that that's it, thinking outside the box. I don't know if that's a possibility at first. I think I'm told to do it this way. I've learned to do it this way. That's how we do it. But duh, you make your own schedule. It's one of the biggest beauties about this. If you want a specific time slot filled, try to fill it. It's that simple. Duh.
And something else too that I it's kind of going off on a tangent, but I want to share this because it just happened to me this morning. So I was supposed to have an in-home on Saturday. She just reached out to me and said, I asked for her guest list and she said, hey, I checked with some people, no one's interested. But she was been very responsive with me. She's answered my pre-profiling questions. She agreed to watch a video. So I didn't want to lose that opportunity. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to drive. It's in the high desert, which is an hour from here for one face. So here's how I turned that negative into a positive. I said, hey, I noticed that you were very interested in the pampering session. I don't want to take that experience away from you. Would you be open to me mailing you out a pampering kit? I can send you a pre-made video to watch at your leisure on how to use the samples. That way you're still getting pampering. She said, oh my gosh, I would appreciate that so much.
I love that. So simple.
And
Which reminds me, I need to get more to make more kits.
gotcha.
So.
All right. So then the other thing we wanted to go over is sometimes we get in a negative headspace because of the people we're hanging around, what we're telling ourselves. We are our biggest obstacles. I hope you guys know that. You, yourself. So look in the mirror and say, you, you are your biggest obstacle. You are the biggest thing holding you back from obtaining your goals. Okay. Man, that just hit me in the gut, but it's true. So make sure the people you're hanging around are positive influences, not negative influences. And we all have them. Look, I have family that are negative. I'm not telling you cut them out of your life. Just turn the volume down on them. Okay. The other thing that really helps that to get in a better headspace is, what are you listening to or what are you reading? So inspirational books help. Okay. And if you need a list, me or Jade can supply you. One of my favorite ones is You're a Badass. And that's literally the title of the book. One of my favorites. I got to go back and read it. Podcasts are amazing. Now, one of the things that's on the voucher that I think is so important to listen daily, and this is something I have not been doing, and I'm going to start implementing it today, is the $1 Million Message. There's a new message Monday through Friday, and I'm going to get better with my unit and make sure I'm posting that daily on our unit page. However, on the voucher, the group is listed. Click on it. You can add yourself to the $1 Million Message Facebook group, and then you'll see the new message pop up. But it's usually what, like 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes?
If that, yeah. And it's really easy to listen to while you drive, while you do your makeup, while you are just doing stuff. It's just nice to take that in.
Cooking breakfast, washing dishes, like any of those things, you guys, when we tell ourselves we don't have time, is that the truth though? And I think that's why the weekly plan sheet is so powerful, because then you see where your time is being spent. And then when you actually see how much free time you have, you go, oh, what am I doing with my free time? Am I stupidly scrolling on Facebook? Am I looking on Instagram? All those things, you guys, they are time sucking. I don't know the word I'm looking for.
Black hole.
There you
Black
go.
hole of your time and your productivity and your joy. Really, it's just sucking away your joy, because then after you're like, yeah, you just scrolled forever. Now you really don't have any time. And do you feel good after? I mean, if you're watching cat videos, maybe, yeah, you feel good after. But if you're just scrolling and watching other people's lives, like, do you feel good after?
Right. Now, there are exceptions to that. Like, I know that we post stuff in our unit Facebook groups to benefit you guys, but make a commitment. And I need to go back to this, where you only check social media 2 or 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and maybe evening. And you're consistent with that you're not just every time you get a notification, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go check that out. That's bad. Okay. But make sure you are checking at least daily your unit pages, because there's such a plethora of information that we post for you guys to help you, whether it's upcoming events or scripts or ideas for sales or ideas for upcoming holidays, any of those sorts of things, we really are there to help you guys and assist you. And so when you're not checking in daily, you're missing out on those important announcements.
I have nothing to say to that. That's 100% yes. That is the biggest reason why I still even have a Facebook account, is for our Mary Kay groups. Because other than that, I mean, sure, I'll go on sometimes, but really it's just to find out what's going on, where I need some help, where I can give some help, what the discussion is, our next event. Everything you need, you do not need us, not really. Everything you need, you can find through the company, through your Mary Kay website, and through Facebook groups of your Mary Kay stuff. It's all there. We just make it easier.
Yeah, it's true. The only other, I'm like, do I have any other announcements? Oh, again, it's so important, you guys, if you're like, we're halfway through the month, you guys, you still have so much time left to do something in your businesses. I want to really stress the importance of this. If you are currently not active, this is the month to get active, because even if it's just for personal use, because all the skincare sets are 60% off right now. The only one that's not is the Time Wise repair line. Okay. 60
more money.
% off, which means more money in your pockets, whether it's you purchased it to have some items on your shelf because you have customers that purchase those particular things, you'll be making more money now versus
Our miracle set is what, 120 now? Did it go up to 120? Which sometimes I forget. Like when our eye makeup remover first went to 1750, I was still charging people $15 because I was just used to it so long. I was like, dang it, I am
Right.
losing some money here. I would say.
So normally it's 60
Yeah.
bucks to us. So now it's
72.
only,
So now you get 72.
Yeah.
That adds up fast.
it is. It's 12. I know I shared this, but let me find it real quick because we still have a couple minutes. I'll find it. We broke this down in one of the meetings, the profit margin. Let me find it here. So if you guys sell 13 miracle sets, let's just say you decide, and that's the max, you can buy 13 of each skincare set. That's what the company's limit is. Okay. But let's just say you decided, you know what, I'm going to invest in 13 miracle sets, whether you buy all of one or you split it up, 6 and 7 of each one, right? Retail, that's $1,560. Normally your profit of that would be $624. Okay. If you purchase them, the profit from that, because you're getting 60% off, jumps from $624 to $936. It's an extra $300 in your pocket.
Wait a minute. It's usually $60 profit.
624.
624. Gotcha. Even if it was $50, I mean, we're talking hundreds of dollars here. That's silly not to.
Or like the clinical solutions. I remember when we first came out with that, again, if you ladies want it, I sent it to my really good customers that I know are really concerned with their skincare. And I want to say I sold like 10 of them. And so again, if that's something you want to focus on this month, the clinical solutions, which is the high concentration retinol, again, it's the same as the miracle set, but your profit would jump from $624 to $936. So just between those two items, that's an extra $600 in your pocket that you wouldn't have.
And I know we've mentioned this before, and that's not what this meeting is about, but are you using those products? Because if you were, you'd be more excited. If you're using them, you're excited about it, and you're excited about being able to give that to other people or sell it to other people and share that. I was just looking, and it's gradual, but I love the clinical solutions. I love the retinol. I love the supplements. I love our miracle set. I mean, look at Crystal Skin. I mean, I'm such a fan because we wouldn't look like this if we didn't use it. And girl, we look good. Just saying.
No, I agree. I agree. Well, thanks you guys. And hopefully something we said tonight sparked something in you. Again, we're always here to help you. If you ever need assistance, reach out to your mentors. We truly, that's where our passion is in our business, is helping you to be successful. So if you're not utilizing us and you're not getting the results you want in your business, it's probably because you're not utilizing us. Just saying.
So let's listen to the $1 million message and let's go hand out some pampering kits for tonight.
Yay! All right, you guys enjoy the rest of your day.